So, this is Robin coming to you from her vacation. Heck of a time for me to go on vacation, because, just a little hurricane's happening outside of my window right now. It's been fun. So I'm over here, spending time with my family. I finally got to meet my nephews, just having just a nice, relaxing time. Even with a hurricane, it's pretty relaxing. I don't think we're in the most dangerous area. I'm a few miles away from Tampa, so I think we'll be okay. But I did want to comment on the latest controversy that happened. I'm sure all of you have heard of it. There's a good chunk of you that tagged me on Twitter about it. Basically, the original cast, the dubbing cast of Mob Psycho will not be returning to Season 3 because Crunchyroll don't want to sign no union contracts. Oi! Gonna shift my camera around so I can read this. Crunchyroll confirmed to gaming news outlet Kotaku that the company is recasting the characters in Mob Psycho 100's third season. A spokesperson for Crunchyroll said the choice was made to record the simuldub for Mob Psycho's 100, the third season, at the company Dallas's production studio, and in order to accomplish this seamlessly per our production and casting guidelines, we need to recast some roles. So they're trying to go with the angle of we just want people to come in person like in the old days before COVID, just so we can have a seamless production of everyone just coming in and just everything will be perfect and on schedule, just like in ye olde days. But that doesn't sound accurate according to one of the actors. Voice actor Kyle McCarley revealed in a video on Tuesday that he may not return as the anime protagonist Shigeo Mob Kageyama because Crunchyroll is not complying with his request that the company meet with Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, also known as SAG-AFTRA, union representatives to negotiate a potential contract for future productions. So basically they wanted to unionize, but also just to negotiate, to talk it out, just to figure out something out for their future because, with inflation's going up, the lifestyle of a voice actor is not that good, especially when you're an anime voice actor. You gotta, have roles left and right if you want to have a professional career as a voice actor. I mean, I voiced Theo from Metarunner at my own YouTube channel, but those don't pay the bill by themselves, so, I do have a side job. It's a living, but inflation rates are going up, and a lot of companies that just want to create as much content as possible just think that these actors can just come in anytime at the snap of a finger and just collect whatever pay rate is given to them. And it's like, well, no, if you want us to stay, you're gonna have to increase our price rates a little. It has been made abundantly clear to me that in the case of Season 3 of Mob Psycho 100, Crunchyroll is not going to be producing that show on a SAG-AFTRA contract, McCarley said. McCarley is a SAG-AFTRA union member and part of the SAG-AFTRA dubbing steering committee and does not usually work on non-union dubs. I mean, a job's a job, but if he wants to be part of a union and, protect, his future careers and whatnot, then he just wanted to negotiate with Crunchyroll about future dubs, and Crunchyroll's just like, nah. I mean, that's so sad. It reminds me when Veronica Taylor was replaced as the voice of Ash. When it went from 4Kids to, I think, Pokemon USA, whatever dubbing company does Pokemon, Veronica was just replaced. A good chunk of the Pokemon actors were replaced just like that. I was like, nah, we're gonna transfer everything over here. Thanks for all the memories. Bye. And it was heartbreaking. She was just told, that's it, you're not gonna have Ash Ketchum anymore. I even watched an editorial regarding the dubbing choices for that Scoob movie, where the voice, they were covering, a history of actors being replaced for one reason or another. And the very first case was the original voice of Judy Jetson, who was still alive for the Jetsons film. The majority of the cast had to be replaced, but Judy could still do that perfect voice and just sound like her old character. But they replaced her anyways because they wanted a celebrity voice to replace her, some sort of up-and-coming rock star, and she provided some of the songs for the film. And it was just a company money-grubbing choice for them to get a fresh, hot star with some original songs just shoved in there. That'll get people in the seats. it didn't, and people were still like, what's wrong with her voice? That's not Judy. McCarley told Kotaku that SAG-AFTRA was flexible and would have been willing to agree to any reasonable terms Crunchyroll put forth. McCarley and a good portion of the cast met to discuss the terms they would want. Their terms were pitched to Justin Cook of Crunchyroll directly, according to McCarley. McCarley himself also emailed Crunchyroll president Rahul Parini, the company's chief content officer, chief people officer, chief operating and officer, and to Justin Cook to reaffirm that his request was only for a meeting with them. McCarley told Kotaku that the company reached out to him on September 8th regarding his availability to appear in the series, something he found odd given how close it was to the series' upcoming premiere on October 5th. He also noted when he previously refused to work on Scarlet Nexus anime series because it was a non-union thing, Funimation replaced him. McCarley voiced Wataru Frazier in the Scarlet Nexus video game, but the role went to Aaron Campbell in the 2021 anime series. Oi! The guy just wants to be pro-union and have Funimation and Crunchyroll negotiate with his contracts and with his lawyers and with the union representatives, and they want nothing to do with it. Just sounds like they just want non-unionized, cheap actors. Quantity over quality. That sounds like a good chunk of streaming services nowadays. More content, less talky. Just get it out there, dub it, shush. It should be privileged and honored to be part of an anime dub. Why must we be bothered with this whole money shenanigans? And for those of you who want to know more about union stuff, just check this out. Unions protect the workers they represent chiefly by giving them collective bargaining power, meaning that instead of negotiating the terms of your employment individually, one-on-one, the union negotiates baseline minimums for everyone all at once. This generally leads to better terms for all workers, because as a collective, you have sway in these negotiations. How much you get paid, how long your hours are, how hard those hours are, often you get breaks or time off, what safety precautions are taken, etc., etc. So it's supposed to be a system that is meant to protect the employee, because if there's not enough protection for the employee, what's to stop a company from abusing their reaches? Like, what's to stop a company from asking too much from their employees? And the bottom line with some of these companies is do this, or else you can just leave. You're replaceable. And that's what a lot of corporations like to think. If you don't like it, there's the door. We don't need you. Unions are there to pretty much just provide value for the employee and protect them. It's like, I have value. I love what I do. I just want to be protected. Unions are there to protect the employee, and a lot of corporations just don't like that. It's either go by our rules, go by our payment, or there's the door. You are replaceable. I mean, think of all the hundreds of thousands of people that want to be voice actors, that have dreamed of being voice actors ever since they were kids. And that's something that a lot of streaming services, a lot of animation companies are reminding these current actors. There is always someone around the corner that can replace you. I just love how SAG-AFTRA made a tweet just throwing Crunchyroll under the bus. Check this out. Do Mob Psycho 100 fans know Mob was recast because Crunchyroll, Sony Pictures refused to even talk about a union contract? Whew. That's a spicy tweet there, don't you think? So they're going on with their plans to have an October release of Mob Psycho Season 3 with a brand new cast. They did not want to negotiate. They don't want any union workers. That's just the way it is. So basically, with this season, it's up to you, the fans, how you want to support this. I mean, this is case in point why people turn to pirating. With everything going digital, nothing is sacred, nothing is safe. There was actually a tweet, I can't remember, this guy bought a whole bunch of content from this one series on Amazon, and because of contracting trades and negotiations, all that content was just deleted from Amazon. And that guy's just like, yo, what gives? I purchased all of this, and now it's gone. What's wrong? And Amazon just replied saying, well, we don't have the rights to use it anymore, so it's been removed from your library. Too bad, so sad, you're not getting a refund. Bye. It's all business, and that's why people turn to piracy. So what are your thoughts? What do you think of Crunchyroll's move to pretty much not go along with just a meeting to talk with the actors from Mob Psycho over union contracts? What are your thoughts? And how do you feel about the original dubbing cast getting replaced? And what are your feelings towards Crunchyroll from this point onwards? How they're just saying that, like, oh, we just wanted to have local actors come to our studios nearby just so we can keep on schedule, when the actors are like, no, they just didn't want us to unionize and meet by our terms. Let me know what you think about this whole messy situation in the comments down below. Coming up next will be our Halloween season. Now, I do have to apologize because I made a tweet and also a status on Facebook that I was going to take suggestions for anime reviews, but as you can tell with this setup that I have here, with this little shaky cam that I have, help me, I'm stuck in Hurricane Ian, that I'm not going to be able to download any new anime, because my parents' download speed is a little bad. I mean, I could try when I'm on the cruise, maybe Royal Caribbean will have a better internet setup, but I'm not holding my breath. So I'm going to look on my hard drive to see what Halloween titles I do have, and I'll leave it up to a vote for the Patreon supporters. Which anime do you want me to review? I'll still take requests for the top 10s, which I have a list of what top 10s you guys want me to do for the Halloween season. If you guys have any more suggestions for a Halloween top 10 list, leave them in the comments down below. I'm gonna work on that when I get home. Like, I'll script it, and maybe I'll record my lines before I make it back to Australia. Hold on, I'm holding up my camera, as you can tell. My fingers getting a little tired. But as for a review, in order for me to do a review, because I'm not going to be back in Australia until October 25th, that's not going to leave me a lot of time to do a top 10 and a review. And I want to leave you guys something at the beginning of October, or at least in the halfway point. So I'm going to look through my hard drive, see what Halloween anime I do have, and I'll leave it up to the Patreon supporters to vote for which one I should review. If I have time after the top 10 list, I will choose an anime from you guys that you really want me to review, and I'll do my best to do maybe one more Halloween review. Okay? So thank you all so much for watching. More awesome videos will be on the way. Hopefully Hurricane Ian will not sweep me away. Stay tuned, Anime America. Bye bye.